Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. NordVPN.com. That's NORDVPN.com. Not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Looking for tickets to the hottest shows, games, and events? Ticket Liquidator is your one-stop shop for great prices, no hassles, and guaranteed tickets. Whether it's sports, theater, or concert, for the best seats at the biggest events, start with Ticket Liquidator today at ticketliquidator.com. Ticket Liquidator.
Introducing Bark in the Belly Premium Dog Food. 100% of profits go to help dogs in need.
Over 30% of adults struggle with chronic foot and joint pain, and many face mobility limitations as they age. But a revolutionary Comfort First slipper has taken the wellness world by storm. Try Cloud Slides and feel you are walking on the clouds. Cloud Slides.
Welcome in, Wicked Boston Show, 365 Sports, and look where we are, baby. Radio Row, Super Bowl 60 in San Francisco. Patriots, Seahawks. We told you it was coming, and now we are here on Radio Row for the biggest event of the year in such Boston fashion. The Patriots are here, so the Wicked Boston Show with Cam Stewart is 100% here. 365 Sports is here. Zach Burke is behind the glass, keeping us live on YouTube as he does every weekday, 1 p.m. Eastern time, and then available wherever you get your podcasts as well. Man, we have got a great guest coming up later in the show. We're going to have Lucy Burdge from NESN DraftKings. She's going to talk about why she's so confident that the Patriots are going to win this game. Because, look, not a lot of people here are confident that the Patriots are going to win this game. I'll tell you that much. First impressions of Radio Row, San Francisco. No one, and I mean no one, except Lucy Burdge thinks the Patriots are going to win this game. I'm telling you, and I hear it left and right. They hear them from Boston, and they're like, oh, you guys ready for a loss? Whatever. We're going to talk about Robert Kraft not making the Hall of Fame. We're going to talk about the Celtics trade deadline. Like, of course, Brad Stevens pulls off this move when we're preparing for the Patriots in the Super Bowl. And we've got to talk a little bit about the Pro Bowl because I've got a bone to pick with the Pro Bowl. All that and more coming up on this episode of the Wicked Boston Show with Cam Stewart. But let's start here. It's happened again. For the second time in 2 weeks, a Patriots legend has been denied entry into the Hall of Fame, has been denied a very deserved entry into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. First, it was Bill Belichick, and now it is Robert Kraft. And it's equally as ridiculous. Let's be honest. Okay, so here's where I'll start with this. Do I think that owners should be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame? No, I don't. I don't like. I think it's okay to say this was a better owner than a different owner, but I don't see the point in putting owners in the Pro Sports Hall of Fame, pro football specifically, because like they just had a lot of money and they used the money well. You know what I mean? It's not that they didn't work hard for the money, but like buying parking lots is not the same as what Bill Belichick did. It's not the same as what Tom Brady did. It's not the same as, any of these guys. Dan Marino, John Elway, L.C. Greenwood. It's not the same. And in my personal opinion, those players and coaches contribute more to the game of football than the owners do. That said, the owners have a role to play. And, elephant in the room, there are owners in the Hall of Fame. They don't ask Cam Stewart what he thinks about if owners should be in the Hall of Fame. They put him in. And the fact that Jerry Jones has been in the Pro Football Hall of Fame for nearly a decade now, and we continue to deny Robert Kraft, makes zero sense. In fact, to say it makes zero sense would be an understatement. It makes negative sense. There is nothing about that computes, because the Patriots are going to take the field in Santa Clara on Sunday, and it will be the third different head coach quarterback combo that Robert Kraft has brought to the Super Bowl. And oh yeah, by the way, he will also be going to his 11th Super Bowl. 11th. And yet Jerry Jones, man, boy, were the Cowboys good 35 years ago. Man, were they good. I got to tell you, 30 years ago, 35 years ago, Jera really had it going on. 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. Maybe that's enough to get you in the Hall of Fame as an owner. Or maybe it's not. Because Robert Kraft also had a team that won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. And then he had his same team won 3 Super Bowls in 5 years, 10 years later. And has now brought a third different head coach and quarterback combo to the Super Bowl. They're like truly the Patriots haters of Patriots haters at this point have to say, yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. Like, this is kind of gone too far. There's really no other explanation other than we just don't like the Patriots. We don't like the Patriots being there. We don't like rewarding the Patriots over what we thought was underhandedness. That's all you can say. Because also, by the way, you want to bitch about how Belichick is a dink and he was mean to everybody and that he doesn't deserve this because he's such an ass to everybody. Okay, that's not really an argument to keep someone out of the Hall of Fame, but at least it's your argument. Is that the same with Robert Kraft? Is it? with what he's done for this league, for labor agreements, the way he kind of bowed at the altar of Roger Goodell, even when Roger Goodell was screwing his franchise. Is that the same? Is that the same as Bill Belichick being mean to a reporter? News to me. And again, what we said about Bill Belichick is the same thing we could say about Robert Kraft in this sense. You cannot tell the story of the NFL in the last 30 years without Robert Kraft. You can't do it. It's an incomplete story. He's the most successful owner in pro sports the last 30 years. That's not good enough to get into your Hall of Fame. This is where we need to start questioning the validity of the Hall of Fame. And I'm not someone who likes to do that. I think it is the ultimate honor. But it's bullshit that you don't have Belichick or Kraft in there when they've each been up. And Kraft for multiple years. Like, that has to take the prestige of the Pro Football Hall of Fame down a notch by not including these guys. So anyway, it's just another one, man. It's just another one. And I'm hoping the Patriots can use this as fuel. That's two major snubs that they've had in the 2 weeks between the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl. Use that. Use that, man. And take it out on the Seahawks. Because right now it's just being taken out on your loyal fans who just boycott the Hall of Fame, man. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. But I am curious to hear what you guys think in the comment section below. Like, what could possibly be the reason to keep Bob Kraft out of the Hall? Let me know in the comment section below. Then like the video, subscribe to the channel, because we are here every weekday live on YouTube, 1 p.m. Eastern time, and then wherever you get your podcasts as well. I do want to talk about the Celtics real quick. I know it's not what we should be talking about in the week the Patriots are in the Super Bowl, but it is not the Wicked Patriots show, as it has felt like it's been the last couple of weeks. It is the Wicked Boston show. And we did have the Celtics moving and shaking at the NBA trade deadline. Nikola Vučević, which has taken me a while to get that right, even though he's been playing in the league and I've known about him for 15 years. Nikola Vučević in, Anthony Simons out, a couple of second-round draft picks swapped, and the Celtics have their new big man. Now, I will say, and I like Vučević a lot. You know, it's a good, solid player. It was not the kind of big man I thought they were going for. You know, we heard some of the rumors. That the big one that stood out to me was my old Baylor classmate, so to speak. We didn't go at the same time. Yves Missi was the name that stuck out to me. And I was like, okay, that's a guy who is pretty similar to what you have right now in Neemias Queta. Vučević is not, which is okay, but he's not really a rim protector, right? He's a scorer. He's a good rebounder. He's made all-star teams. He makes your team better. Anthony Simons, we always knew this was a possibility. You know, once they traded for him, that he was probably not here for the long haul. He was a great trade chip in the middle of the season, but we were saying that because the Celtics were supposed to be tanking. The Celtics were supposed to be a lottery team. That's why it was going to be such a great trade chip to just haul over these contending teams. Instead, they traded him to a team that's much worse than them. And here are the Celtics, third in the Eastern Conference in a year they weren't supposed to make the playoffs, and getting better at the trade deadline, and really at like no cost to them. No cost. It's nuts what they're doing right now. And I will say, the Celtics under Brad Stevens' tutelage as GM is the only team in the history of my time rooting for a sports team that I'm just like, man, I trust anything. Even the Belichick Patriots, you know, maybe that was just sports talk radio, just critiquing some moves. But Brad Stevens, I don't think has made a bad move as the GM of the Boston Celtics. I don't think that's happened yet. And what's crazy is this. Their projected salary cap and luxury tax after the season, June 15th of 2025, was $540 million. As of right now, the time of this episode, after another great move pulled off by Brad Stevens, their projected salary cap and luxury tax is $211 million. They have shed over $300 million off the books, and they're just as good as they were last year. The underlying numbers are better than they were last year. It's crazy what is going on. And maybe we're not realizing it as much in Boston because, we've got the Red Sox being frustrating in their offseason. The Bruins are better than everyone expected. And the Patriots are in the freaking Super Bowl. But what's going on right now is crazy with the Celtics. They are getting better. They are shedding money. They are shedding players, and they are getting better. Week after week, month after month, and now this, from last season to this, they are a legitimate NBA contender, at least in the Eastern Conference, and they just got better yesterday. Brad Stevens, once again, man, he can do no wrong. Do I love the move? I like it. Because I don't think there's any move for Nikola Vučević that I'm like, yes, I love it. But you're a really good team that just got better. Pretty simple. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We come at you every weekday, 1 p.m. Eastern time, live on YouTube from Radio Row in San Francisco, and then wherever you get your podcasts as well. Coming up next on the show, special guest from NESN, DraftKings, Lucy Burdge is going to join the show, talk about why she thinks the Patriots are going to use the spite in this game and why she likes the Patriots to win, and also why it's good to be back. That's coming up next on the Wicked Boston Show with Cam Stewart.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today. With a focus on performance, design, and customer service, we're here to help you work smarter, not harder. Join us on our journey to simplify your world. Visit acasis.com today. That's ACASIS.com today.
Polo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress, that helps you calm down and feel better. You sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
But boy, it looked effortless.
Man, watch this.
Layups, floaters, threes. He was like an unsolvable equation.
I was born like this.
His resilience, his strength, his belief, adversity never stood a chance.
Know your power.
Introducing Muck-Off's classic pink bike cleaner, powered by revolutionary nanotechnology that breaks down dirt and grime on a microscopic level while protecting your bike's delicate finish. us.muc-off.com.
The U-Like Air 3, launched in 2023, ushers in a new era of sapphire ice cooling technology, offering nearly painless hair reduction in just 3 weeks. That's ULIKE.com. U-Like.
On the Wicked Boston Show from Radio Row, San Francisco, Super Bowl 60. Cam Stewart with Lucy Burdge from NESN and DraftKings. Lucy also out here for her first Super Bowl, by the way, which you might be surprised as being such in the public image in Boston for a long time now. But it's been so long since the Patriots have been here, Lucy.
It has been.
And I want to, first off, setting the stage.
Yeah.
It's crazy, this feeling. We're here, and people are picking the other team to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. How odd is that feeling this week?
So weird that people hate the Patriots. No, but you know what's great about it? Now that this drought is, of course, I don't want to say over because they haven't won the Super Bowl yet, though I do believe they will, of course.
Teasing for later.
Yeah, this drought has been so awful. How long have we suffered? And there are, as we were saying before this, 6-year-olds who have never seen the Patriots in a Super Bowl before. And their long national nightmare is now over because they will see the Patriots in a Super Bowl. I just hope they can
Finally.
get over the hump and win it. And it's really great to be hated again.
It's good. It's
This
good to be
feels
back.
good.
My niece, my dog, they have not seen this yet.
Right?
And there's second graders all over New England who have not
Just-
seen this yet. The time is now,
Time is now.
on Sunday to see that. I've got two, well, I want your opinion on all the questions I'm going to ask you,
Yes.
but two rapid fire ones that I just want your opinion on.
Amazing.
Bill Belichick, Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Robert Kraft, Hall of Famer.
Yes, and not only that, first ballot Hall of Famer for Bill Belichick. He is 100% a Hall of Famer, but he should be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
It's one of those where it's like, he's either a Hall of Famer or he's not, and he clearly is.
Clearly is. Did you see, though, Jordan Hudson has posted a response to this snub on her Instagram. She had ordered 3 Hall of Fame patches, Football Hall of Fame patches to, I would assume, put onto her clothing, and she posted a screenshot of that order being canceled, and she said, it said canceled for unforeseen circumstances, and her caption to this Instagram post, she said, at Pro Football Hall of Fame, tagged the Hall of Fame. What are
Probably the first time they've ever been tagged.
They're
in
like,
an
what's
Instagram post ever? Yeah.
And she said, what are the unforeseen circumstances? And Pro Football Hall of Fame now has to log into their Instagram and be like, how do we respond to this now?
You were tagged
What
in
a
a
nightmare.
post.
Yeah. So the social media team for the Pro Football Hall of Fame is having one heck of a couple weeks because they have had to release this statement about the integrity of the voters, blah, blah, and now they have to go into their Instagram and respond to Jordan and say, we'll gladly send you whatever. I don't know. But this is actually the first time since this has been posted, this news has come down that I've spoken about it. And I'm very happy to be here talking to you about it because I just had to get that off my chest to bring this news that Jordan Hudson has responded.
Just adding to the national tragedy.
It
truly.
is.
That these patches are being sent back, and
who's going to get them?
Some 20-year-old kid who's a student at Miami of Ohio has to log into the Instagram for the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
This internship isn't worth it.
It's
Whoever gets into the Hall of Fame, though, this year, I think should order 3 patches. Like, my order's on the way. I shipped.
I'll take them. Yeah. Roger Craig's family will take them.
You know what? Maybe I should do that. Whoever gets into the Hall of Fame, I'm going to order 3 patches exactly. And my order has shipped. I'm going to tweet that and be like, yay, they're on the way.
I think this is good. This is good.
Really
this is good social media tactics. Pro Football Hall of Fame could be reaching out to you.
Thank you.
Were they year specific patches like 2026? Pro Football
That's a
Hall
good
of Fame?
question. It's
because he's going to get in, Jordan. You can just
Right.
keep him.
They're probably
Yeah.
year specific because maybe they change him. Maybe they don't change him. I don't know. This is a good question. But maybe now this means, here's what this means. Bill doesn't want to be in the Hall of Fame. He's going to decline it because why wouldn't you
Kurt
keep
Schilling
them?
style.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you then say, I'll save them, positive thinking.
That's a
She's
good
like,
point.
no, we're going to just destroy them. That's it. Like, we don't want this in my sight. I don't want to even look at them.
Disgusting.
Yes, exactly.
Honestly.
I don't know if she canceled the order or if they did. Because it said your order has been canceled for unforeseen circumstances. Wouldn't it say, sorry, you didn't like your purchase, order canceled? What if they did that? That would be a baller move. Hall of Fame.
It
You
just
don't
keeps
want these.
unraveling.
Yeah.
It just keeps unraveling.
So many questions.
Truly. But on an honest note, not that none of that was honest, but on an honest note, the Hall of Fame is the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
It is the ultimate honor. But it has to feel a little different after these 2 snubs. They will get in, but Jerry Jones has been in for almost a decade.
Yeah.
First off, owners being in is kind of weird anyway, but they do get in.
They get in.
And Jerry Jones is in, and Robert
Right.
Kraft is not.
Yep.
Bill Belichick is not
Right.
going to be in.
Yeah.
That has to take away from this a little bit.
No, it does. It takes away the integrity of it because now you look at it as, well, okay, if Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer, who is? So it just brings it to a point where it's all political. Who do you even trust to vote in anybody now? If they're not in the Hall of Fame, nobody should be.
He should decline it.
It's crazy. He should decline it.
Now that you've brought that up, I think that's such a great point.
It's a
he should just
Belichick
decline
move.
it.
He would do that. And I think would he decline it? Although he's one of the great, biggest students of NFL history.
Yeah.
So his dream, he's talked about growing up, going to Canton and visiting, and to be part of that, enshrined forever. And I wonder if he would decline it just out of spite, but also I don't know. I don't know if he would decline it, but I think he should. Just trying to think.
Carolina might have a women's soccer game that day
Yeah,
anyway.
maybe that's
you
true.
know,
Or a
late
cheerleading
August,
competition.
they start that.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Jordan could have something going on that day.
I didn't know you could do it at that age. Not that she's that old, but I
Right.
mean,
Adult
look, all the
cheerleading
power
is-
to you.
Yeah, she's in
I
really
just
good
didn't
shape.
know that. I just
She's
didn't know
in
that.
good shape. But I do think this is the best case scenario for Bill Belichick because he is now the victim. He loves being the victim and not saying a word and having everybody come to his defense universally. I mean, this united the world to say Bill Belichick should be a Hall of Famer. Now he gets to sit back and look at all of the praise. It's like, I've been saying this, it's like you die but you don't die, but you're eulogized while you're still alive. Because all you're seeing is all of these tributes to him and how this is an outrage. So he is now forever the victim. So I think he should be relishing in this. It's almost better than getting in first ballot, to be honest.
It probably is.
Because now whenever you talk about him getting in, which he will get in, this will come up. And it will come up what a victim he is and how unfair this is. And he loves that. So this is actually a great, great thing for Bill Belichick.
This is a guy, by the way, who was making his team the victim after, like, literally setting the NFL record for consecutive wins. So he would find a way. This has just fallen into his lap.
Right. And maybe he could take this as, oh, this is a sign that I should return to coaching in the NFL. I'm not in the Hall of Fame yet. I'm not really retired. So maybe he should just keep going.
Possibly even with the New York Jets.
That would be insane.
Wouldn't that be the ultimate shove it?
Well, this
I
is
think
why
it
he's
would.
a spite guy. He
Yes,
just like writes it on a napkin, like, oh, I don't care about anybody.
That's what I thought was so funny, like with the whole, Belichick Kraft riff over the last couple of years, and people were like, how could he do this? I'm like, we loved this for 20 years, man. This is what he is. He is a man made of spite.
Right,
like, that's
exactly.
so good.
Exactly. And he's doing, what were they doing, shots at the roast? And he looked so unhappy to be doing that with Robert Kraft. Absolutely not. Yeah, no thanks. But now both of them not in the Hall of Fame. So they can bond.
But this is going to be so great, Lucy, because the NFL, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, is going to change the process. Right. They're gonna have, you can vote a coach, you can vote an owner, you don't have to do a contributor.
Yeah.
And then they're both gonna get in the same year.
Oh yeah, they're gonna call it the Belichick rule.
It'd be so good. It'd be so funny.
And
if
they
got in the
both
same
have to
year.
give a speech together.
Yeah.
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 It'd be beautiful. They could hold hands while they're doing it.
Speaking of like using this as fuel and being doubted and spite and all that, we're talking with Lucy Burdge of NESN and DraftKings. We're not just pinning you to revenge here, but
oh, please pin me to revenge. I'm all about spite. You think everything I do is about spite and revenge? Are you kidding me?
Spite's fun.
That was the best.
Like if we're being honest, spite is really fun.
Oh yeah.
And I'm thinking about the spite the Patriots must be feeling this week. We talk about them as the underdogs, and then the snubs in the Hall of Fame. Both of those happen or get leaked between the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl.
Right.
Now we're talking about Drake May injury. Now people are talking about maybe the Seahawks have the quarterback edge in this game.
Please.
Do you buy that they're going to use this all as fuel the way that Mike Vrabel would have as a player?
100%. I think they will use, and Vrabel will use anything as bulletin board material, as spite, because he plays it off as like, oh, we don't think about that stuff. He had, and I had this confirmed, someone who was at this game, when all of the ESPN reporters picked the Texans to win that game, and it was that graphic of all of them picking it and being surprised that they all picked it, Vrabel had that posted around the locker room. Like, that was there as bulletin board material. So I think that they are using anything they can, anything people say to doubt them as material. And I think it genuinely helps, because I think it's helped to get them where they are right now. Anything anybody says about them. And I think they do latch on to things like the Warriors and like all this stuff, those random things, where Vrabel's right in the middle of that, where he's got a Warriors vest on.
Yes,
like
I just see that.
He's right in the middle of all of this. So I think he plays a role in fostering that, and really, I think he's the driving force behind, like, look at what these people are saying to you. Prove them wrong. And it's kind of like Belichick before, I forget which Super Bowl, I think it was the first Super Bowl, I'm blanking on that, but where he had the parade route of the other team.
Yes, that was against the Eagles.
Super
Bowl 39.
Yes, and then he was like, he said, if you're planning to attend,
if you're
here's
interested
the
in
routes.
that.
Yes, and he goes through the entire Super Bowl parade route that they had already planned. So things like that, I think Vrabel does do.
Yeah. That is refreshing, though.
Yeah.
This whole thing has been about spite, but like,
it's all about
like so often teams are playing it off like, no, we don't do that. It's about us. We're doing it for ourselves, and like, screw that,
oh, no.
dude. Like, the Patriots have one of the great dynasties ever, and it was literally like built on that. So that is refreshing to hear. And they now go for number 7,
Yeah.
which would be the NFL record. Either way, they're setting a record.
Yes.
Most Super Bowl wins or most Super Bowl losses.
Yes, I believe too. Well, Drake May would be the youngest because Ben Roethlisberger was 24, 23.
That sounds right. Brady was
Yeah.
also 24, I believe.
So
and
would
Drake's
Drake May
23.
be the youngest?
I think that's right.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they would. So the Patriots would have the youngest and the oldest quarterback to win a Super Bowl.
Love
Is that right?
Love
Is that cool?
Love
Isn't
that
that cool?
symmetry.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. It's a
And you
bookend.
and you like them to win this game.
Of course I do. Are you imagine if I showed up here out of Boston and I was like, "Oh, the Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl."
You could.
I'm not going to do that though.
I mean,
I do genuinely.
You'd have to work for one of the radio stations.
Yeah,
but
that's
yeah.
true. Yes. Yep. I know. Yep. Love
Or
them.
both. You
Love
know,
them.
in some parts of the day.
I do
Yeah.
genuinely believe the Patriots will win this game. I don't see, just thinking, crystal balling it, I don't foresee myself flying home Monday morning, which I'm doing, after the Patriots lose. I think it will be after a win. And I think I don't see going back to Boston without another Lombardi.
Okay, why do you like it though? Why can you not picture that?
Because this team is cohesive. I think
Mm-hmm.
there is an element of vibes that they have, but also the I don't know the word for it, storyline, I guess, the theme of what people have been saying about this team for the entire season is they're lucky, their schedule is easy, everything goes in the right direction for them. All of those things can be true. But if the schedule was the only reason that this team has gotten to where they are and won 3 playoff games, which the schedule out the window, you're in the Super Bowl, the schedule is not the reason.
Yes.
Wouldn't every year the Jets would win every year, win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We'd have worst to first teams every year. It can't just be the schedule. And every team that wins a championship, doesn't matter the sport, everything has to go their way. Every little thing has to go their way. You have to be lucky. So of course they are. So I think all of that stuff, they do use that as bulletin board material, but I don't think they're just lucky, and I think they are genuinely good enough to win the Super Bowl.
And if it is the schedule, like let's just play that
Then
out
maybe it's
hypothetically.
10%, 20%, 30%.
Well, if it is that not a damning mark on the league
I mean,
more than anything else? Like you could just walk to the Super Bowl if you want. Like,
Yeah, I know.
depend. Every couple of years you could just do that. Like,
But also, the last 3 years we won. Like,
Yes.
you don't. It's not guaranteed that you're going to win all those games, even if you have an easy schedule. And they did win them.
I think they'd be the second team ever to win the Super Bowl in a year that they lost to the team that got the number 1 pick.
Is that insane?
I think that's right.
That would be crazy.
At least I think it was make it because
Okay.
it was the Packers. They lost the Colts. And
Yeah.
that would have been 98 Peyton Manning, and that was the year. We're getting way into my sports autism here. We don't need to go any further with that. But looking at the defenses the Patriots have played so far,
Yeah.
My original question was going to be, but Lucy, doesn't the Seahawks defense scare you? But does it scare you any more than the other ones they've already beaten?
Correct. No. I think they also know this. They have beaten teams that were maybe more difficult than the Seahawks. So once they get through those, all we heard leading up to the Texans game, the Texans defense, they're terrifying. It's so terrifying. It's so scary. They're not going to make it through the AFC Championship game. Also, they're not going to blah, blah, blah. And they did. They did. And it wasn't that they breezed through it. They fought for it, too. So I think they have that. You had the mic'd up sound of Drake May saying to Josh McDaniels, this is hard. He was like, gosh, shoot, this was hard.
I almost cried at that.
Right. But
It's
Josh
emotional,
McDaniels saying to him, it's going to be hard. They understand this. And I think they are prepared to get through difficult moments in the Super Bowl. I think Mike Vrabel is really impressing upon them the gravity and uniqueness of this, and that they might not make it back to another Super Bowl. This is not something that's going to happen every year, and I think they're really going to take advantage of this opportunity.
Yeah, and that is a special reminder to us massholes and Boston sports fans, because we've gotten accustomed to basically all the teams getting back.
Yeah.
You don't just get back.
No.
It doesn't just happen.
But you'd think so. Over the years, it was because I was thinking about how cool it is to be here covering this, and how I think, over the years, lost sight of, before the AFC Championship game, how unique it is to be in the AFC Championship game itself. But it used to be, they were just in it. They were expected to be in it. No way they were expected to be in it ahead of this season. They weren't expected.
No.
I said, they're going to win 10 games. People said, you're crazy. And they definitely won 10 games, and then they won 10 more. They really have blown past the expectations for this season. They're in the Super Bowl. This is insane.
It's crazy.
Insane.
It's crazy. And of course, we need the drama beforehand, right? We need the Hall of Fame snubs.
Of course.
We need the Seattle people thinking that somehow the Crafts leaked the fact that they were selling the team. I don't even get how that's a distraction, really, especially with all the crap that goes on in the Super Bowl. Like, you got to get something real crazy to be a distraction here.
Totally.
Concern level for Drake May's right shoulder.
So, great question. Last week, I said this on the show on NESN. Boston has entered the chat on NESN. It was a 7 or 8. And that was that day because illness was the report and wasn't throwing in front of the media. So 7 or 8. Today, 2 or 3. Because last night I saw him. Scott Hansen asked him how about his shoulder, and he said, I'm feeling really good. He didn't say 100%. He refused to say 100% because I think Mike Vrabel told him he can't say 100%. So he's been told. So because based on Mike Vrabel's face, he was like, nope, not 100%. Yeah. So he said he's feeling really good. He was carrying his bag off the plane on that shoulder. So I'm feeling a lot better. I would say 2 or 3.
Okay. 2 or 3 on the concern level. I'll take that.
Okay.
I'm really liking the optimism here. Not that I didn't have any, but like I'm really liking this. Okay, last kind of thing here. You know, we've talked about how they're back, evil empire, hated. When do you think that kind of turned again? Because it did feel like the Patriots were a bit of a Cinderella, and they should be seen that way. You know, they're fairly heavy favorites for a Super Bowl, or excuse me, underdogs for a Super Bowl at 4.5 and opened at 5.5. So when did you think that tide turned this season where people were like, actually, no, we don't like this. We don't want the Patriots being this good?
I think it really turned because it turned a little bit when they got to the playoffs and they kept moving on in the playoffs. I think when they won the AFC Championship game, when people realized, oh man, we really have to deal with this again, because there were even people in Boston saying there's no way they're going to win this game. Like it ends here and it's been a good run, and it didn't. So I think it really turned then. And I think the Hall of Fame stuff, really people pile on and they're like, well, it's because people hate the Patriots. And this is like so I think the Super Bowl, them being in the Super Bowl was when it turned like on a dime to pumped it up to another level because people were like, I thought we were done with this. This Patriots are back. You can't let them get away with this. Yeah. And so the Super Bowl, I think, amplified it by 1 billion because now it was 2 weeks ahead of you of Super Bowl coverage. And they're like, oh, we got that's when I saw infographics and things on Twitter of people being like, people who are rooting for the Patriots, it's like Massachusetts and then like Seattle and then the rest of the country was baseball season. Yes, like that's what they've turned to because the Patriots again. Yeah. So I think it has bumped up 1 million notches.
What fan base is the most mad that the Patriots are here?
Ooh, this is a great question.
Because there's so many to pick from.
Do you know why I can't answer this? Because New England fans are very insular, and all we think about is the Patriots are the only team in the NFL and they're the best team in the NFL, and I don't care what fans out. I have been asking people that are national, what is the vibe of, like, what do people hate the Patriots again? Because I can't genuinely get a sense of this except for on Twitter or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and they liked Drake May during the regular season. It was cutesy. It was fun.
Because
like
they weren't
Vrabel.
threats. Because they were just, it's a rebuild. It's that they're not. Now, they're in the Super Bowl, thank you very much. So I think the hate is back. But I think in New England, it's hard to get a gauge on what fan base hates the most because we just focus on ourselves. We're very selfish because we have a lot to be selfish about because we have a lot here, many riches to hold on to and to focus on. So we're not focused on like the peasants outside of here, the peasant fans of other like Eagles fans or Jets fans or whomever.
The answer's the
Bills
Bills
fans.
Yes,
I was literally just going to say, yeah. It's got to be Bills fans, I think.
Don't care.
Yeah, I think especially right now, if you're a Bills fan, 100%.
It is sad. Yeah. Like, that they... Anyway, we don't need to worry about them. All right.
We'll get to that another time.
Yes, tomorrow we'll have you all for the Vučević trade. Go through the Celtics trade deadline.
Yeah, exactly. I saw that in passing. I was like, guys, it's Super Bowl week.
Yeah,
Celtics,
we're literally
hang on a minute.
Like, oh, man, do we have to do that? And the great thing is, real quick about it, I trust whatever the hell Brad Stevens is doing.
Exactly. So
he's the only team I've ever rooted for that I'm just like, you know what? Yeah. You guys got it. I'm not even going to question it.
Right.
So, all right, last thing for sure. Got a score prediction yet?
Well, I did post this on my Twitter and Instagram. Whatever.
Tagged the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Patriot tagged them. I ordered 3 patches. Patriots 100, Seahawks 0, but I'm coming down a little bit on that. Just based on Patriots 50. No, so I'm gonna go. Let me do this right now. Let's do Patriots 27, Seahawks 20.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
I'm feeling it.
Both teams in the 20s. I'll take that too.
I'm feeling it. Yeah.
Lucy Burdge, NESN, DraftKings, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. Go Pats.
Go Pats. We will have more from the Wicked Boston Show here at Radio Row and Super Bowl 60 coming up after this.
Experience the perfect blend of exquisite craftsmanship and life-changing technology with Gevi. Every product is built with precision, featuring specialized parts that ensure durability, efficiency, and safety. Upgrade your everyday with Gevi. Visit us at gevi.com to discover more.
A journey into new thoughts, new cultures, new adventures. So what are you waiting for? Start your journey with Babbel now. Go to babbel.com or download the app.
Overwhelmed by your inbox? Clean Email is here to help. Organize, clean, and manage your emails with powerful automation tools. Say goodbye to spam and clutter and enjoy a stress-free inbox. Try Clean Email today at cleanemail.com.
Better sleep, inspired by nature. Your back, hips, and shoulders will fall into perfect alignment in any position, meaning that you get deeper, more comfortable rest. Visit ecoterrabeds.com.
Is your Mac running slow? Mac Booster 8 is your all-in-one solution to clean up 20 types of junk files. Get your Mac running like new again with Mac Booster 8. Visit macboost.net today.
Tervis is all about staying hydrated. Each product is built to last and comes in endless designs to match your personality. Stay refreshed and express yourself with Tervis. Visit tervis.com today and find your perfect tumbler.
The U-Like Air 3, launched in 2023, ushers in a new era of sapphire ice cooling technology, offering nearly painless hair reduction in just 3 weeks. That's ulike.com. U-Like.
Welcome back. Wicked Boston Show. 365 Sports. Yes, now 365 Sports here live on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts as well. But live at Radio Row, Super Bowl 60, Patriots, Seahawks. Man, this is the event of the week. What's going on in this room behind me, in front of me, next to me on either side, that is the event until Sunday for the Super Bowl. But what it used to be in between the AFC Championship, NFC Championship, and the Super Bowl, the event used to be the Pro Bowl. People used to watch the Pro Bowl. But here's the thing. We have got to have an honest discussion about the Pro Bowl. And really that discussion boils down to this question. Why are we still doing this? Why is there still a Pro Bowl game? And I put that in quotations because the football I know is a tackle sport. And now you can't even get guys to tackle in this game. And I get it. Like, I get weighing the injuries and stuff. But to me, that's where I'm like, then why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Shedeur Sanders is a Pro Bowler. Joe Flacco is a Pro Bowler. Tyler Huntley was a Pro Bowler. Mac Jones was a Pro Bowler. Julian Edelman never was. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And for the league itself, I'm just not getting what they're getting out of it. Last year, the Pro Bowl got 4.7 million viewers. That's the lowest total they've ever had for viewership, ever. In fact, the post-game show for the first Fox NFL broadcast of the year had more viewers than the Pro Bowl did. The post-game, something that's only called NFL weather delay, had 1.5 million more than the Pro Bowl did. Did you watch the Pro Bowl last night? I sure as hell didn't. Do you know anybody that did? And what bugs me is going back to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, which we talked about earlier in the show. That's something we judge these guys on. How many times did you make the Pro Bowl? Really? That's something we should take into consideration when Shedeur Sanders is a Pro Bowler this year? It doesn't really mean anything at this point. Especially when the guys opt out and they don't play in it. Like, I don't think we can use that on a Hall of Fame ballot to decide whether this guy should be inducted into the highest honor that you should have in pro football. I look at the 3 2004 quarterbacks who are up for the Hall of Fame. Aaron Rodgers is the fourth one. He's a nailed-on Hall of Famer. But the 3 other guys, right? Ben Roethlisberger, in. Going to be in. Phillip Rivers, probably. Eli Manning, maybe. None of those guys made an all-pro team. Not a single one. Not one in a combined 51 seasons of NFL football. Neither one of them were a top or 2 quarterback in the league. Like, we should not be looking at the Pro Bowl and the All-Pro in the same breath. One of them is a real thing. The All-Pro team is a real thing. The Pro Bowl is just this made-up fugazi, wear a fun T-shirt, go to a warm weather place. That's all it is. And yet, there's a good chance that all 3 of those guys make the Hall of Fame because they made a bunch of Pro Bowls. That's where I'm like, what are we doing? And the only reason they're still doing this is to pimp out flag football. That is the only reason the NFL continues to do this, because they want flag football to be this thing. Remember, they were the ones who a couple years ago before the Super Bowl put on that USA versus Mexico flag football showcase for the Olympic Committee. Remember, Jalen Hurts, flaming football, the promo. There's no question that's the only reason they're still doing this. The only reason. And I'm sorry, man. Like, that's not going to catch on. That is not going to be as popular as tackle football. Ever. I don't like, I haven't watched the Pro Bowl in probably a dozen years. There's absolutely no desire for me to sit and watch Shedeur Sanders or Dak Prescott or whomever the hell play a flag football game or do any of the other crap that they do for the Pro Bowl, right? The dodgeball competition. Who does that appeal to? Seriously, I don't even know if that appeals to kids. What adult is going to spend their night watching the Pro Bowl? You don't even have the dentist's office playing it like you do with ESPN. And what stinks is I go back to what friend of the show, Christian Fourier, used to say on radio all the time. He used to say it on EEI. He would say the NFL is the only one that gets their all-star game right, in the sense that they're the only ones that wait till after the season, right? The 3 other major sports, they do it halfway through the year. And so you do, and this happens a lot, especially in baseball, you get guys who fall off a cliff in the second half of the year, and you look at their numbers and you're like, that guy was an all-star? Really? The NFL used to have the upper hand on every sports all-star game in one capacity, and that was the legitimacy. It was never going to have the pageantry and the tradition that baseball's all-star game had. You know, it never had the pizzazz of the NBA all-star game with the things that go around it, right? The dunk contest, the three-point contest, and all that. But it always had this legitimacy. They were the only league that picked their all-stars after the season. Once you played a full schedule, who was the best of the year? That legitimacy is gone. It's long gone, man. Long gone with the alternates that we see playing in this game. I do have a solution. This is not pitching for pitching's sake. I do have a solution here. Don't do a Pro Bowl game. Don't do it. Don't do a Pro Bowl weekend. Don't do the dodgeball. Don't do any of that crap. Okay? Name an all-pro first and second team, and then name a Pro Bowl team. So like baseball has what? 4 all-stars for every position, right? 2 on each team. That sound right? Do that. It's a way to show in history, who are the top 4 or 5 guys at their position in the league. All-Pro is the top 2, and that's a legitimate Hall of Fame point of reference, point of proof. You can make the Pro Bowl the same by having 4 or 5, let's say. And then you have, again, a point of proof to say this guy was a top 4 or 5 player in his era, because look at how many times he made the Pro Bowl. The top 4 or 5 guy in his position in his era. And we won't have to do this guessing game that we have to do, this arbitrary game like with Eli Manning. Eli Manning was never a top 5 quarterback in the league, ever. And I don't even know that Phillip Rivers was ever a top 5 quarterback in the league when he was playing. I guess he's still playing. I don't know that he ever was that. Phillip Rivers could make the Hall of Fame. Eli Manning is getting a lot of cases to make the Hall of Fame. And I know Eli's got the clutch. He's obviously beat the Patriots twice. That's great. But that alone shouldn't get you in the Hall of Fame. And if we had a more legitimate Pro Bowl selection, we could see that and say, oh, well, you know what? He was top 5 in this year and this year and this year. Wow, he had a good peak where he was a top 5 player at his position in the league. But doing this game with these alternates does not do that. Shedeur Sanders was much closer to a bottom 4 quarterback in the league than he is to a top 4 quarterback in the league. But now he says he's a Pro Bowler. If you keep doing this, if you keep doing these alternates, we're going to need to question everything about the Pro Bowl. And so we cannot consider it for the Hall of Fame. We cannot consider the best players of their era solely based on the fact that they went to Pro Bowls. Because that's a lie. The Pro Bowl doesn't do that. And look, man, baseball isn't perfect either. All right, letting the fans vote, I think that takes a lot of the legitimate, not a lot, but some of the legitimacy out of it, for sure. For sure, I do think that's true. The NFL has a Pro Bowl problem. Quite frankly, all the sports have an all-star game problem. That's why I'm suggesting the NFL be a pioneer. Don't do it. Don't do it. No one watches it. You're just going to get alternates. You know when you don't get alternates for? The all-pro team, because you name it. There's no alternate All-Americans in college football because you name it. You don't have to play a game. You don't have to risk injury. You don't have to, risk injury for playing a game that you get a bonus that's like half as much as Patrick Mahomes makes in a day. You're not going to be able to tell who the best players in the league are based on the Pro Bowl. Unlike any other sport where you say that guy was an all-star this many times. So of course you didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. Nobody watched it. Statistically speaking, nobody watched it. Let me know your thoughts on the Pro Bowl. Please let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We come at you live on YouTube every weekday, 1 p.m. Eastern time, and then we're available wherever you get your podcasts as well. It is your lunchtime alternative to Boston Sports Talk Radio. It's right here on the Wicked Boston Show with Cam Stewart, live from Radio Row, San Francisco, Super Bowl 60. Thank you to Lucy Burdge. Thank you to Zach Burke for keeping us on the air. And we will see you tomorrow on another episode of the Wicked Boston Show with Cam Stewart.
Relax with Hemp Delicious. Organically grown hemp, massively blended with delicious organic herbs, responsibly sourced for their holistic benefits. Each sip offers calming, antioxidant-rich wellness. Brewed just for you. Sip the calm with Hemp Delicious.
Open Goal USA, we're revolutionizing training for both soccer and lacrosse with our innovative portable rebounders. Perfect for players of all ages and skill levels. Visit opengoaalusa.com and elevate your training today.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farm, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
Get paid faster with Bill, the easiest way to send, receive, and manage your payments. No more delays, no more hassle. Whether you're a freelancer or a business, Bill makes payments seamless and secure, simple, fast, and reliable. Sign up today at Bill.com. We are Rogue Media Sports.